Hello everybody, I'm Ravi Sharma from the Nanyang Technological University, more specifically the Weekumwee School of Communication and Information. I regret that I cannot be at this year's Technology, Knowledge and Society conference. It was not known to me that at the time I'm scheduled to speak to you at TKS, I was also scheduled to be at the PTC conference to deliver a paper. So my apologies that I have to do this virtually, but hey, this is a conference on technology, and I hope I can, in the next 5 to 10 minutes, review very quickly my deck of slides, and more details will be forthcoming in the paper that will accompany this presentation. So, to begin at the beginning, our research motivation to determine what attributes does the notion of value have began with a look at worldwide trends. This is published data by the ITU. There is an unmistakable growth trajectory among mobile users, and increasingly more of them are choosing the internet, the mobile internet, to consume a wide array of services. And this is true globally. The African and Asia Pacific regions are lagging, but perhaps 2009 is dated by today's statistics. The Asia Pacific is a phenomenal growth story. So here we are, thinking about how we can get knowledge to society through technology, and I posit that the mobile internet would be the platform, and that brought about our study of mobile data services and what value they bring to consumers and users all over the world. Now, this is just repeating what has already been said, whereas in the last decade the growth story took place in the developed world. Today, the developing world is undergoing exponential growth. Countries like India, China, Indonesia adding millions of subscribers by the week, and again, I posit that it will be through this platform that knowledge will diffuse to society. Now, the research question, of course, is why consumers adopt mobile data services in the various markets. And we have been looking at this for 5 years. My group in the Special Interest Group on Interactive Digital Enterprise, funded by the National Research Foundation of Singapore. We are part of a worldwide consortium known as the Worldwide Mobile Data Services Survey Consortium. This is an annual, international, longitudinal study involving 15 countries. We conduct basically a standard survey in these countries and share the data among ourselves. In this paper, I, together with Christy Shi, my graduate student, my trustee graduate student, I have analyzed Singapore, Finland, the US, and Korea. One European, one American, 2 Asian, and therefore we think the footprint. Now, our theoretical framework begins with what we call a means end ladder, borrowed from Reynolds and Goodman. It starts at the most basic level of consumers having needs and looking at attributes that fulfill those needs, attributes being brought by technology as well as knowledge applications. Now, as a result of those needs being fulfilled, there are benefits that accrue to society and individuals, and those benefits must translate to value. Now, when we take this mean ladder and express it as a conceptual framework for MDS adoption, and this was first presented at the International Research Workshop on IDM held in Singapore a couple of years ago. We're saying the adoption intention of consumers, with respect to mobile data services is a trade-off between benefits and sacrifice. Sacrifice is a hardship factor. Cost is a sacrifice. Difficulty of usage is a sacrifice. Low system quality is a sacrifice. It's a hardship factor. Benefits include the hedonic, enjoyment, utilitarian, useful, social sense of belonging. And from this theoretical framework, we have derived three research hypotheses. The first is that perceived benefits are positively related to adoption intention. The second, perceived sacrifices are negatively related to adoption intention. The third is that the effect of sacrifice on adoption intention is greater than the effect of perceived benefits. In other words, the hardship more than counters any equivalent benefit, the positive that MDS would have. So in other words, to put it in good old American euphemism, don't cheese off the customer, because the irritation, the hardship as a result of costly or difficult to use or inferior quality attribute will be very hard to overcome in terms of the positive that you might offer. So we did this survey in the countries, as I told you, and I will have 4 sample size. Finland 254, the US 471, mostly Los Angeles, Korea 518, and Singapore, there was not enough room for that column. Singapore was close to 500 as well. The data was collected in the summer of 2008. We have replicated the study in 2010, and we are still in the process of analyzing and writing it up. Not much of a male-female divide. Not much of a male-female divide. Mostly those surveyed were young, 18 to 24, below 18, right up to 34. Lesser seniors, experienced professionals, and some more demographic data. It gave us confidence that our subjects were representative of the population. Now, when we did our confirmatory factor analysis, we found that there was a fairly good fit. There was a fairly good fit, alpha ranging from 0.5 right up to 0.87. Both benefits as well as sacrifices. So it gave us confidence that yes, we kind of knew what we were talking about. This is all four countries looking at these variables that we talked about. Benefits given by hedonic, utilitarian, and social benefits, sacrifices, costs, difficulty of use, and system quality. Now, however, we were very surprised when we took it country by country. Yeah? Well, it was clear in all four countries, including Singapore, that benefits are positively related to adoption intention. Yeah, benefits play a big part. But much to our surprise, sacrifices were not negatively related to adoption intention in the Finland and US markets, only in Korea and Singapore. So there's already an East-West divide. It seems it's only in the East that people look at costs, difficulty of use, and quality, and these negatives cannot be overcome. The hardships cannot be overcome. And finally, whether the hardships are hard to offset by an equivalent amount of effort from the positive, much to our relief, was rejected in all four markets. So what can we say about this? Well, Korea and Singapore come very close. Yeah, we can deduce a value trade-off in all four markets. In Finland, people look at enjoyment, usefulness, and a sense of social belonging. They look at difficulty and low system quality as the mitigating sacrifice. But it is clear that value in Finland is determined by the usage rather than the negative. Cost is almost not a factor. In the US, similar to Finland, cost is a factor. Interestingly, in Korea and Singapore, well-informed consumers, even those with high purchasing power, choose what to adopt and what to pay for in this trade-off. Now, what this is the following. It's clear that consumers all over the world are going to use mobile internet devices and services to access mass market services. They consider hedonic, utilitarian, and the social applications in the basket of benefits that MDS can bring to them. Players in the market, therefore, in order to bring knowledge to society, must think about the appropriate configuration and design of MDS so that it is appropriate. I hope you enjoyed this presentation.